Welcome to the live stream. Today I'm going to be drawing these two ramekins that are stacked on top of each other. They look like, if I can twist this, sorry, it's not letting me. They look like that, sort of. I can't pan for some reason. There we go. That's what they look like. And I'll also take a picture of that so I can maybe put it in the thumbnail later. But anyway. Just get my lighting back to how it was. Okay, a little bit close here. I'm gonna open this anyway. I apologize for not having this open already. All right. There we go, that's better. Anyway, I hope you guys are having a good day or a good evening. Depends on where you're watching, I guess. Just trying to get the framing all good. There we go. All right, so let's draw these ramekins that I have set up here. I'm going to turn these lights down just a little bit, I think. Just going to base it off my hand here. I feel like that's somewhat better. Anyway, let's see what we got here. So we kind of get, let's draw the towel first. The towel on the back will be straight. Okay. And go like this. And it's going to go above it a little bit. Right? That. Down a little bit further. Just trying to get the ellipses correct. Or something like this. Change that. This ellipse kind of comes down a little bit more. Something like that. That's where where this one comes in. Comes like that. Sort of. Very little room there. Okay. Let's see. Yeah, this is wrong. This is for sure wrong. Wrong. This doesn't come down as much. It stops there. It's actually tricky. It's a tricky drawing. All right, so let's see. How do I get this right? Really not much room there at all. I don't get it. Ugh. apologize if this is boring so far. It's trickier than I thought this was going to be. Just the way these are stacked, it's so, I don't know, it's very hard. Some shadow over here. Shadow over here. Clean up the bottom of this. Now, let's see what I want to do. This is like a point. Comes here. This needs to be thinner. Still kind of darker. This part is darker. And then it's dark in here. Get the kneaded eraser. Let's go around the edge of this. So I want to keep that highlight for sure. Okay. Oops. Sorry about that. All right. definitely not that wide. At least from my angle that I'm looking at right now. All right. Whew. Now I feel like it's like it comes in even shorter than what I had, I think. Let's try that. Ah, man. I'm just so out of proportion. It's pretty bad. Let's keep going anyway. There's some shadow here on the inside. Kind of like that. And then can't lose this. I'm gonna just go for it, I guess. As I'm failing already. Definitely. Oh boy. Let's draw this line. that is very crooked. Let's see if I can change this. Way too long. Ay, ay, ay. Yeah, there's something wrong with this. I'm Brazilian. First of all, hello, Nayeli. Uh, Paulo. I am Brazilian. Very good. I'm from Brazil, but I'm using a translator. Oh, nice. Very cool that you're from Brazil. Um, this is bothering me, this drawing, because it's like something's not right here. And I think I figured it out just now. This needs to be higher. This starts coming out here. Even though it's like, it's so weird. Which means this has to be all. Right, this needs to be different now. Hope you guys are having a good. What time is it in Brazil right now? Let me know. Right now for me, it's like, I don't know, 8 or 9 or something like that. PM. Or in the military time, 20 or 21. Military time. I don't know what you call it. I mean, pretty much everywhere else uses that time, so I don't know if it's. I even have it set to that on my phone. And I'm in the United States. This is looking a little bit better now. A little bit better. Um, what is there to talk about? Today I made, I failed at making some Hawaiian sweet rolls, like homemade ones. I really like to cook as well. And I actually I was in the culinary academy throughout all 4 years of high school. Um, and I was on the competition team even, and I was a sous chef. Not that it really mattered, but um, we placed third in the state competition and actually got a lot of um, scholarships for that I did not take advantage of because at the time I did not want to work in the restaurant industry at all. I like to cook, but it was just too stressful of a job for me. And I was actually working in a restaurant already, and I didn't like it, and I had a lot of anxiety attacks. And because I am an anxious person generally, um, but that was just bringing the worst out of it. And I did not want to work in that industry. Although now I would actually just go. I would choose if I wanted to possibly to go to school just because I want to learn things that I don't know, about things that I don't know, kind of thing. If that makes sense. Um, just because it's interesting, and not that I'd want to work in it, but maybe one day I'd want to start my own like restaurant or like, you know, some kind of concept. But we'll see. We'll see what happens in the future. So this is in shade here a little bit. This is a little bit in shade over here as well. Let's get this a general shading. Let me squint my eyes, okay? That's where the majority of the highlight is in here, I believe. There's the dark part over here now that I have to redo. It's so hard sometimes where these like tiny little shadows live, and you have to be so careful to get it right. If you don't get it right, it just looks very off, and we don't want that. But see, I'm keep having to go back and fix things. It's actually not that. The line doesn't get dark till about here. For the under part. And as you can see, I'm not really going dark. I'm working the dark parts up, like to being darker and darker as I go. I'm not getting it dark at once, until I'm fully ready about the placement of it. And, even when I make it a little bit darker, I'm still kind of fixing little things here and there. More of a shadow on this side here. This is, I think, a little bit wider. A little bit of a line here, just a little bit. This is not that dark here. Right. This is dark here, which I've been working slowly. I don't want to go too dark and then not be able to erase it later. All right, let's just get some of the background in just so I can have something to go off of. How it doesn't, well, let's see. So it's about here. We'll just say that. I'll draw this towel in really quick. It doesn't have to be anything special. I like to draw in the background elements a lot of the times just because, I don't know, it just kind of completes the scene. And it doesn't have to take too long. Just something fairly quick, but looks, you know, obviously it's not the focus. So you don't have to spend too much time, but I do like to spend just a tiny bit of time. Right, something like that. But I'm going to go ahead and, you know, add more detail to this so it'll stand out way more above that. So let's get the shadow below this. Kind of. That kind of comes out like that. That goes way up here. So we make all this a little bit darker. Because this is a lot of the shadows coming from the lights from my drawing going that way towards it, so it's casting a little bit of a shadow this way. something like that. Sometimes you need the background too, just to be able to know that's distinguishing between the highlight and if something's brighter in the object and darker in the background. You need to kind of use the background to separate that, and vice versa as well. So fix this. Now, there's a lot of complicated stuff back here. I'm not really going to draw too much, but there's like a glass mason jar back here. Maybe draw some of that as dark here, and then light there, and then dark here. I like the theory, or not theory, but the technique, I guess, of like checkerboarding. Sometimes it works out. This is a dark something back there, so I'll draw that in. And then it gets lighter here. It's like the tablecloth has so many leaves and flowers and designs on it like that. All right, and then I'll draw it's like a cutting board back here. I know I'm probably getting way too out of hand, so I'm going to stop in a second. Don't worry, I'll get back to the Ramekins. But sometimes I don't know. I need to put something back there. And there's like a lid. I'll just draw random kind of dark shades and light shades and in between shades and just fill it out kind of back here. It's very abstract. All right, whatever. It can be all blurry, it doesn't matter. Okay, let's get back to this. Definitely darker shadows here. It's crazy how complex things are. You don't even realize how complex things are until you draw them, and then you're like, my goodness. There's a lot of complex shapes and shadows, highlights, everything. Went a little bit too dark there. Okay, gotta figure this out. All right. It's gonna be a highlight on the edge. I know that. Keep that highlight there. Very thin though. That's the problem. It's super, super thin. So I see I'm drawing the background in kind of around it, making it darker in certain areas so that, because that's kind of how it actually, that's what's happening in real life. This is actually much darker. All right. lighter. This gets still darker. This is still darker here. And that's where this is darker now, which is good. That's how it is. See, now I've kind of messed it up. See how it's kind of curvy there? You have to go in and fix that because, see, and I already went too dark accidentally. And it's so easy to just keep losing this highlight on the back rim here because it's so tiny, but you gotta have it, you know what I mean? All right. Now this part is like very weird. It's like dark, but then it's like something like that. Let me bring back this highlight now. All right. It's getting there. It is getting there. I need to darken the shadow over here. That is for sure. Kind of comes out like a Y. Don't ask me why. It's like a Y. Sorry for my humor. What's darker? Definitely darker back here. Okay, so I'm going to go a little bit darker now. Pretty straight, so I'm going to keep it pretty straight down. It's definitely where you need the background to kind of show how things are standing out. This whole towel is, to be honest, is much darker, so I'm just gonna need to sharpen my pencil really quick. Uno momento. Is that Spanish? Español. Yeah. Ooh, now it's really sharp. Gotta be careful. Putting hard lines here by accident. Don't want to do that. Yeah, I think going different directions with the pencil will kind of help better emulate the towel texture. Let's finish this shadow. Definitely darker. All the way up it's darker, so just keep making it dark. It's much darker. Just be careful. Very, very careful. Just put different textures in here and there. Why not? Gives it some character, as they say. Right? You can do it really close. Let's blur this background a little bit more. Don't want things standing out too much. Uh-oh. I'll be right back. There's someone at my door. 1 second. I'm live right now too, so you know. Oh, the other side, right?
Yeah, the other side. Well, both sides.
Both sides?
Yes, he needs both.
Go back. Sorry about that. Very good. I'm from Brazil. I'm using trailer. My toxic trait is thinking I have this talent. You're so underrated. Wow, I appreciate that. Thank you. You probably do have this talent if you actually like tried and believe that you can do it. I mean, you probably can, to be honest. Just takes a little bit of like practice, you know, doing it. And like I didn't ever think I could draw. I, you know, still sometimes don't think I can, but I started just watching Bob Ross a long time ago. Well, not that long ago, actually, just a few years ago. And I always thought, I feel like I can do that. I feel like I can do this. And one day I just tried and it came out really good. And the rest is history. But I gotta fix this. Yeah, I'll darken it instead from the back. Push it in a bit more. There we go. That's a little better. This background is bothering me still. All right, I mean, this is pretty much. I'm gonna darken this. This needs to be darkened a bit. Also, when I'm doing dark lines, sometimes I like to just I don't like to just draw like a line straight. I like to hit it dark and then lift my pencil and then dark, lift it. So it's like dark in certain places and lighter in other places throughout the whole line, and it makes for more of an abstract line. And it's not as it's hard to explain, but it looks a little more realistic when you do it like that. In my opinion, anyway. So I feel like this needs to be darker over here still, a little bit darker. So it does bend around back here. This does have like a little thing here. This has something that comes right above here. Kind of accentuates that up to here. Right? Darkest part is kind of along the bottom here. And this part is a little bit darker, a little bit darker. Let's see. This is a little bit darker, more over here. No, it's kind of more of a hard edge here. This is like the shadow. So we can help give it a little bit more form at the bottom here. Now that I kind of like the angle and everything, I'm more confident in this shape. And I apologize if you're hearing a lot of background noise, but there are people here. How long have I been going? 56? I wanted to do like this in like an hour, so pretty much done. But this needs to be darker still. It's drastic. Oopsie. Made a little happy mistake. Happy accident. I'm still gonna make this darker here. It still needs to be a bit darker, I'd say. Make this even darker now. Just working its way up slowly. Darken this one up here a bit more. What else we got here? So, trying to see any differences that I have left. I'm just kind of squinting my eyes and trying to pick out the lightest parts, darkest parts, medium parts. It's darker in here, I'd say, than I currently have it. There are some highlights in there that I'd like to draw. Definitely going to be tricky. We'll see if I can do it. Let's see if I can do it really quick. So it's like a line, line, din, din. So now where is it though? It's like kind of right here. Let's see, like, do even higher. Do you and do kind of like that. Now I'm going to go around it and fix it slightly. These tiny little highlights are very hard to do sometimes. Especially when you kind of have to make everything darker around it because your values are slightly off in relation to them. Yeah, these are difficult to do for this kind of drawing. To make this a little darker. Make this even darker in here. I messed up my back line back here a bit, so I'm going to fix that. pretty much it. I think it's gonna get any better than this. I think it's pretty much done. Slight things here and there. And as always, if I do end up working on it a little bit more after the stream ends, I will post a picture. Well, I'm going to post a picture of it anyway. Yeah, when it's the finished drawing on my community, on the community tab, if you want to look at it later, just to get a better, because, you know, the video degradation for live is pretty bad most of the time. So you can see the final image of it when I post the picture. I'm just fixing things, little bits here and there. Definitely gets softer as it goes out, so definitely trying to fix that a bit. The shadow I'm talking about anyway. Alright. That's pretty much it. What do you guys think? Should I go even more? Really make it real? Yeah, there's a little shadow underneath here. I want to get that in. A little bit of shadow. And there's another shadow under this one as well. I'm going to add that as well really quick. A little bit darker on the sides, I'd say. Yeah, that looks a little better, I'd say. What do you think? What do you guys think? Does it look pretty good? Does it look pretty bad? Does it look okay? Drawing is so therapeutic. It really is fun. I'll draw. Like, I have already a live stream on this channel where I was like having an anxiety attack and I just drew and it literally cured my anxiety. I didn't feel anxious anymore once I really started getting into the drawing of whatever I was drawing. It was just an abstract thing, but it really helps with mental health. And if you do struggle with those types of things, I highly recommend getting into it. Even if you don't think you're going to be good at it, it's worth just doing because it really helps, I'd say, mentally. I know I've struggled with different problems like that in the past. Yeah, I think that's good. I think that's good. All right, guys. Thank you for watching. I appreciate you. And thank you for all the love and support. I appreciate that equally. Or even more, I'd say. I forgot what the first thing I said. Thanks for watching. Yeah. Anyway. It's looking good. It's crazy when you just keep noticing things. You just notice things for hours and hours. And I guess the best way to know when to stop is when you feel like it's just not getting any better. It's, if anything, it might be getting worse the more you tinker with it. And that's when you know you need to stop. I heard someone say that somewhere. It makes a lot of sense. Probably one of these other art YouTubers that I watch occasionally. But definitely makes sense for sure. Anyway, I'm gonna leave it like that, I'd say. Pretty good. I I have a problem where like later on I'll look at the finished drawing and I'll be like, well, why didn't I put this in? Why didn't I do this? Like I'll just notice all these things. So I want to try and like put them in as much as I can now while I'm still drawing it. But you know, it's not much you can really do. Anyway, I keep saying there you go, but and then I continue to draw more and more. I kind of liked how it turned out, to be honest. It's pretty nice. That's what it looks like on the camera. Looks okay on camera. It's just because there's all these glares. That's why I like to take a photo at the end and then just post it on the community tab so you guys can look at it. See, I have to like angle it to really show you without the glare. I think my lights are all the way dim too, so it's just the way it looks. But that's, if I angle it, that's kind of the best view, I'd say. Hello, you will never know. You love it? I appreciate that. The talent, Ivy Games, I appreciate you. But it's amazing. I don't even care about the glare. The talent is still visible. Well, thank you. That's awesome. It's really nice to hear. Very, very nice to hear. It's almost like this one isn't as bright back here, so I'm just going to give it half of a step darker. Just like that. There. Anyway, there we go. I hope you guys, same thing over here. I hope you guys enjoyed watching. Let me know if you want to see something in particular that you want to see me draw. Whether it's like a random object or whatever it is. Just let me know. I'll try and draw it. Even if it's like a portrait or whatever. But otherwise, I'm just gonna keep picking random objects, and I want to go out and start plein air painting again. Maybe I'll plein air draw or urban sketch, I think they call it. Hold on, I have to do something that's bothering me. Sorry. Really get that highlight in there. There. All right. Alrighty. What did you guys say? I have been on one of your live streams before. Okay, cool. It was a barn, I believe. Oh, yeah. Yeah, I remember that. That was like one of my first ones on this channel. A unicorn. You wanted me to draw a unicorn? Okay. Yeah, I was about to say, can you draw like a human face? Yeah, faces are difficult, but I can draw them if I really focus. Sometimes I like to just draw them out of my imagination, and they sometimes come out a little weird. Like one of my past live streams, I drew a face out of my imagination. But but if I'm drawing it from a reference or something like that, I can usually, if I take my time and everything, I can usually get them pretty okay. See, I'm noticing things like this ellipse here is a little bit off, like the shape in general. There's so many things that like go into like drawing that you constantly just observing so much, and there's so much information. It's sometimes a little hard or overwhelming for sure at first. Yeah, that's. Whew. I made that too dark, I think now. But hold on one second. I'll read your comments in just a second. I know you wrote some more stuff. I just want to lighten this up because I darkened that too much, I'd say. In relation to this here, this is like super, super dark. Same thing over there. But let me lighten that a little bit. Yeah. But all right, guys. Let me see your comments now. So a unicorn, okay. Maybe I'll draw a unicorn next. So yeah, I was about to say, can you draw a human face? Okay, so maybe I'll draw a human face and a unicorn. They're hard to do. Yeah, it's a little off, but it's still amazing. Yeah, thank you. I can't even shade like that or draw an oval that good. It's tough, these geometrical shapes. You have to be so careful and precise. Definitely is very difficult. I can't even shade like that. I don't know that. On my way to make alt accounts so you get the amount of subs you deserve. Okay, I appreciate that. Yeah, if you know any other people that are interested in art and just watching these types of videos, definitely, share it to them. Why not? If they're into this type of thing. I have a very shaky hand. Yeah. That can be a blessing and a curse though, because when you're trying to get abstract shapes and stuff like that in, a shaky hand will actually help you achieve that sort of abstraction. And it can help you achieve things that you wouldn't normally be able to do even if you tried with a steady hand. But so I like shaky hands sometimes. Oh yeah, I can ask my friend to sub to you. Thank you. I'm gonna go ahead and sign this. Where should I sign it? Sometimes I like to sign it in the object, just like very small, but let me see. I'll probably just put it right here. What's today's date? Today is the 28th, where I am anyway. Corner. Oh yeah, I do in the corners sometimes. Sometimes I just like to do it closer or like in different spots. But it is the 28th. 2024. Crazy, right? Alrighty, and we have it. Completed drawing. I never know. 28th, yep, January 28th. Spam them hearts. Thank you. I appreciate it. yeah, hopefully you enjoyed, and next time maybe I'll draw a unicorn or a face, one of the two, but I'll probably end up drawing both regardless eventually. And yeah, and then just, continue letting me know what you want to see. I'll just do random stuff. I want to go, like I said, I want to plein air paint and plein air draw and all that. So anyway, I hope you guys have a good night or a good day wherever you are. And we'll see you next time. Yeah, 15 minutes. So I'll see you guys in the next live or the next video, whatever I decide to do. All right, your art is amazing. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. But yes, I will post a picture of this finished drawing on the community tab so you can have a look. And yeah, hope you guys have a good day. And I'll end it right here, and we'll see you next time. Goodbye. Bye.